Hey, I got an amazing question the other day, and that was, does walking put you in the fat burning zone? So I thought this was a great question because a lot of people are looking to increase their fitness, their fat loss, up their health game in January. So I thought this was a good question, and I thought that it would be a great topic for a live here. So the whole idea of the fat burning zone is maybe a little bit of misinformation. Now, let's just talk a little bit about what studies have shown. Now, studies have shown that low intensity cardio exercise, for example, walking on a treadmill, walking around the block, it's going to burn fat as an energy source primarily. Now, doing higher intensity exercise, say HIIT, interval training, burst training, metabolic resistance training, that's going to be burning carbs as an energy source primarily. So armed with this information, a lot of people are like, well, sign me up. I want to burn fat, so I'm going to do the low intensity exercise. But the thing is that the higher intensity exercise, while the primary energy source is carbohydrate with some fat, you're going to burn overall more calories, more energy when you're doing the intense exercise. And you tend to do the intense exercise for a shorter amount of time, which is desirable because most people have less time to devote to their exercise. So nobody wants to be walking on a treadmill for 2 to 3 hours or even an hour when you can do burst activity for even 20 minutes and get amazing results. So you're going to burn overall more calories when you do the burst exercise. But in addition to that, when you do the higher intensity exercise, you tend to get into EPOC, and EPOC is exercise post-oxygen consumption. So what that means is that if you've had a really great workout, have you ever gotten really hot and sweaty? And then even after you're done exercise, you're still hot and sweaty? That's because your body continues to burn calories long after your exercise is done. So if, say, you're walking on a treadmill, you may be burning fat for those 30 minutes that you're walking on a treadmill. Then when the walking stops, the calorie burning stops. But if you do a higher intensity exercise and you might only do it for, even 15 minutes, when the exercise stops, if you're doing if the intensity is high, then the calorie burning continues. So that's an added benefit of the higher intensity exercise. So if you are a walker, and I walk my dog several times a day, that would count for NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So we all need to have NEAT in our days where we just, burn. It's just a slow burn of calories. It just helps us stay more active. I mean, you've heard, lots of fitness professionals say, hey, you should try to be walking, getting 10,000 steps in a day. So yes, you are going to benefit from that walking. It's good for overall health, but chances are it's not going to be intense enough to change your body composition. And the body composition change is what's going to give you that transformative effect so that, you look sexy in your jeans, so that you, don't just become a skinnier version of your former fat self. That tends to happen when we just lose weight and we don't add any healthy, muscle tone to us. So that HIIT or metabolic resistance training, where we're doing a little bit of resistance training, which can just be our body weight, by the way. We don't have to be joining a gym. We don't have to be, buying all kinds of equipment, but you can do a lot of resistance training just with your body. That's going to be benefiting you from an aesthetic point of view, as well as from an added fitness point of view. So good question. Does walking burn calories? Yes, it does. It doesn't necessarily burn enough to have a transformative effect. Depending on, we need to take a personalized approach, because if you're very deconditioned, walking is an excellent place to start. If you're, say, 100 pounds overweight, walking is an excellent place to start, just because it's low intensity, it's safe, it's going to help you get more fit, right? So walking is also a great parasympathetic exercise, whereby, you know, it calms the nervous system. So if you're undergoing a ton of stress, like somebody commented that they had a lot of stress going through a divorce, walking is fantastic, because it's going to calm you down, and you don't need that added sympathetic, you know, cortisol from, you know, super intense exercise. So it really depends on the person, but generally speaking, walking probably won't be enough to help you lose your menopause belly. It's going to help you with overall health. So, and of course, pairing the right exercise with personalized nutrition is really, you know, the key. That's what's going to really expedite your results. So for those of you that didn't know, I'm running a 12-week nutrition coaching scholarship contest. And the reason for that is because it's January. I wanted to do this as a Christmas gift to my viewers, to my readers. And I was going to announce a winner on January 1st. Well, I had hundreds of entries, actually just over 100. Oops. And I've been going through it, and while I was going through it, I had several requests because people said, hey, I missed the deadline, I was on holidays, so I decided to extend my deadline until tomorrow. So if you haven't responded, then on Instagram, click the link in bio. On Facebook, I'll have it in the comments, and I'll announce tomorrow, and I'm also working on some other prizes. So make sure that you're doing something to take care of yourself this this January. It doesn't have to be January 1st to start something new. If you didn't start right away, today is always a good time to start. So just wanted to talk a little bit about walking. Do not stop walking, but maybe add a little bit to it if you want that transformative effect. And I'm here for you. All right, DM me if you have any questions, PM me on Facebook, comment, and we'll see you next time.